Today, prepare to be inspired and be encouraged, perhaps even be enlightened. With our discussion, we have a man and women of God to be talking to us about how great our God is, some of the miracles that they experience in their lives. You be the judge. We're going to be talking about that today on the show. Happy Monday, everyone. My name is Janelle So, and you're watching America's first and only daily talk show for and about the Filipinos. It is a Monday, kaya po hindi rin mawawala ang ating balitaan.
Pinoy na Pinoy, Weekend Balita.
Ronnie Ligo is the editor-in-chief of Weekend Balita. He is joining us. He joins us twice a week here on Kababayan LA from their Glendale newsroom. Today is no different. Magandang hapon sa'yo, Ronnie.
Magandang hapon sa iyo, Janelle, at sa lahat po nanonood ng Kababayan LA.
At magandang balita para sa ating mga kababayan, also most especially to Filipino farm workers.
Yes, oo. Of course, mukhang nagbubunga na nga, no? It's bearing fruit because of our new Filipino-American Assembly member sa California State Assembly, si Rob Bonta. He's a bill proposing education, public education on the contribution of Filipino workers sa migrant, yung tinatawag na hinihead ni dating Cesar Chavez nung panahon ng mga strike dyan sa Central Valley. Ngayon, mukhang pumasa na nga, at least sa committee, and it will head to the full state assembly para mapasa itong bill na ito.
We've been reporting on that, Ronnie. I even went to Delano, California, the site of where the farm workers movement was born, no, to look at the story and to tell our story to our people. And the thing is, Cesar Chavez, siya yung mas kilala, even in mainstream California, even in history, not in California, in the U.S., even in history books. But really, before Cesar Chavez, there was a Filipino that really egged Cesar Chavez on, right?
Exactly. His name is Larry Itliong. Actually, yung mga Filipino, mga nag-organize sa Central Valley, and they held the first strike in 1965. Ang nangyayari noon kasi, when one group of ethnic group, mga Filipino mag-strike, the Mexicans will take over. So, nag-i-iskaban sila. Iskaban, yung tinitake over nila yung trabaho. So, imbis na magkasama sila, nag-aaway sila. Pero, once and for all, nag-agree itong si Cesar Chavez na head ng mga Mexicans at ito naman si Larry Itliong. In fact, naging assistant director siya ng United Migrant Farmers Workers Association na yan. So, ito ang nagbunga ngayon ay nagkaroon nga ng magandang benefits at salary increases ito mga migrant workers natin nakasama ang mga Filipinos. And of course, one of the most important players dyan is Mr. Larry Itliong.
And of course, we have to thank them. And by thanking them, this is a good step by Assemblymember Rob Bonta by proposing to include this part of history sa pagtuturo sa ating mga kabataan.
Exactly, sa public education, at least sa California, and hopefully, kasi nga recently may isang New York Times article, sinasabi nila na masyadong, of course, highlight talaga si Cesar Chavez. However, of course, yung mga tao, mga behind-the-scene players, nabanggit natin si Larry Itliong, si Philip Veracruz, mga Pilipino yan, at ito nga, napaka-importante na matutunan ng mga California students.
Alright, meanwhile, Ronnie, sa atin naman pangalawang storya ngayong hapon, isang aprobado, itong AB 123 ni Assemblymember Rob Bonta. Ito naman dinenay. Ano ba yung, Maureen and I were talking earlier, what is Tagalog for dinenay? Tinanggihan.
Tinanggihan or rejected,
yes.
Yeah, oo.
Alright, so anong tinanggihan sa Hong Kong naman, Ronnie?
Yeah, exactly. We've been reporting this, yung isang Filipino na kung saan matagal na siyang supposedly resident medyo sa Hong Kong na yan. She filed a case na sinasabi kasi mga professionals sa Hong Kong na mga foreign expats, expatriates, pwede silang maging permanent resident ng Hong Kong if they have been staying there for at least 7 years. Sabi niya dahil mga nagtatrabaho rin sila doon, so she had the right, and she actually won initially sa lower court dyan sa Hong Kong. However, sa Court of Appeal, binawi yung panalo niya na yan at meron ng final decision that they cannot be permanent residents of Hong Kong.
What was the reason, Ronnie? Kasi ito ang matatandaan ko, we reported on this before, nakahanap sila ng loophole, na hindi nakaspecify doon that if you're a domestic helper, then you cannot apply. Ang nakalagay lang doon is yung residency requirements in terms of years.
Exactly. We're talking about the case of Evangeline President Bana Vallejo, 61 years old na siya. Kasi nga sinasabi niya na, well, matagal na rin naman siya doon. In fact, since 1986 pa yata. However, ang kaso is, sabi ng Court of Appeal, they are just temporary workers that after the contract ended, that they should go back to the Philippines. Kasi ang mangyari nga niyan, there are 300,000 maids working in Hong Kong from the Philippines and Indonesia. Most of these workers are, ang mangyari niyan kasi baka ma-flood ang Hong Kong ng ganito mga klase daw ng mga workers na ito. Well, of course, as far as we are concerned, they also have the right to live there permanently kung talagang kailangan sila ng Hong Kong.
But like you said, nagruling na ang pinakamataas sa Korte Suprema sa Hong Kong, and it says no. So this not only affects Filipino overseas workers, but also other nationals katulad ng Indonesia, you said.
Yes, so ang treatment na talaga sa kanila is contract workers. After the contract ended, then they should go back to their point of origin.
All right, Ronnie, for a third news story for the day, ang pagkikita ng dalawang Santo Papa.
In more than 600 years, mayroon tayong dalawang papa, although isa nag-resign na nga si Pope Benedict, at ngayon meron tayong si Pope Francis. The two popes met recently diyan sa Rome, of course, ang pinag-uusapan nila ngayon is paano ba aayusin ang Vatican City as far as maraming mga scandals na nangyayari doon. And of course, yung mga pedophile cases na kinumit daw ng mga iba't ibang members of the clergy, ngayon, ang issue is, kasi nga daw, mukhang may control pa yata ang mafia dyan. In fact, may mga archbishops, mga bishops, at saka mga members of Vatican, yung mga governors ng kanilang bangko, na-indict sa mga yan kasi nga mukhang may mafia hand dyan sa kanilang bangko. At may mga money laundering yata kasi, of course, because of the bank secrecy laws, may mga pera sila dyan na hindi alam kung sino talaga nag-ooperate at saan galing at saan ang sources ng mga pera na yan.
All right, without a doubt, our new Pope, itong si Pope Francis, will have a lot of things to work on. And we're gonna pray na maayos niya lahat yan. Meanwhile, Ronnie, this story ushers us into Holy Week. I said that at the top of the program, Ronnie. Today, we open our holy observance of Holy Week here on Kababayan LA. And Ronnie, thank you so much for sharing those stories with us.
Maraming salamat po sa inyo.
Mas marami pa pong balita sa kanilang website, www.balita.com. And don't forget, there are free newspapers. The tabloid one is www.balita, that's Weekend Balita. Also, ang kanilang bagong broadsheet, which is called US Asian Post. Pick up your copy sa inyong mga paboritong Filipino establishments and restaurants. Meanwhile, back here on Kababayan LA, as I said earlier, discussions on Holy Week and more specifically how God works in our lives, that will be when we return. Hear about very inspiring stories of miracle when we return on the show. Don't go away.